Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Teague with AutoJeff Reviews, and today we're going to talk 4Runner. I'm always excited and honored to be invited to world premieres, and Toyota let me come and see the new 2025 all-new redesigned 6th Gen 4Runner for myself, and I walked away extremely impressed. The 4Runner came out with a bang because it has all-new redesigned styling. It's tougher, more rugged, and more bulletproof, I think, than ever before as far as looks. It looks like something that could be driven to the mall, to carpool, but definitely on the trails, along that steep mountain pass, next to the tranquil waters of a beautiful pool in the mountains. And to me, there were a couple things that needed to be addressed, and they were things that I've been hearing for years in the comment section. Improvements. 4Runner needs to have this. It needs to have this. Don't change this about the new 4Runner. And of course, we'd been waiting a long time for the next gen 4Runner. It finally got here, and most everybody came away extremely impressed. However, with any new vehicle, there are going to be things that people say, I would like improved, I wish they hadn't done this. There'll be things that people want to have changed, modified from the next year to the next year to the next year, but there will be things that people just don't like about the 4Runner. There might be things that people even hate about 2025 Toyota 4Runner. Reason number one, people will not like the 4Runner. What happened to that V6 engine? Well, let me tell you about the V6 engine, because yes, it was bullets. It was dependable, reliable, it would go forever. But people in the comment section of my videos would say, there's not enough power, it feels sluggish getting up a hill, getting onto the highway, pulling out into traffic. You'd have to allow more distance, a bigger window to do what you want to do in a 4Runner, which is great. So that was a 4.0 liter V6, 270 horsepower, and 278 pound-feet of torque. Like these ones right here, we've got SR5s, a Limited over there, and that was great again, but it needed to be improved, and Toyota did that with this next-gen 4Runner. When you're researching the 25 4Runner, choose from two different powertrains, both with more power. Do you want more power or a lot more power? iForce and iForce Max. So if you're a Toyota fan, you're familiar with those terms. The iForce is going to be the 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and that's going to give you 278 horsepower, 317. Remember, we're comparing that to 270 and 278 pound-feet of torque. So that could be something to think about there. That'll be available on a lot of the different trim levels. We're getting to the trim levels, that'll be next. And then iForce Max, let's get some bigger power. Let's electrify it. So we add in the electric motor as well, and then we get 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Now, in the comment section, a lot of people say, I can't believe a 4-cylinder on a 4Runner. That's not what it is. You're just taking a bullet point and you're not trying it out. So try it out for yourself. Now, if you've tried it and tested it, then give your thoughts and opinions. But if you're just somebody who's looking at the numbers and saying, how can you go from a V6 to a 4? I'm done with 4Runner forever. Think about the power and test it out for yourself, because I've tried out the iForce and the iForce Max on the all-new Tacoma. That sucker can fly. It is fast. It's got tremendous, again, low-end pull off the line. 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. So let me know what you think about those numbers. Would that be something that would interest you? Do you want more power? And if you were somebody who was asking about more power in the beginning, years and years and years waiting for that next-gen 4Runner, aren't you happy? Woo! The next thing people might complain about is all the trim levels. They could get a little confusing on 2025. Now think about this. 2024 4Runner has things like, we've got that right there, SR5, SR5 Premium, that's 2, right? TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road Premium, then we have a Limited and a TRD Pro, 7. That's a good number. Well, we're gonna add in 2 more for 2025. This is where it gets a little bit tweaky, so we gotta figure this out. And once Toyota comes out with more specifications broken down by trim level, we'll really be able to figure things out. But here we go, 9 trim levels. So remember, SR5, TRD Sport Premium, so that's different. TRD Off-Road Premium, there's 5. Then we've got a Limited, and this is new, a Platinum, okay? So Limited used to be like primo, luxury, high prestige. Think Platinum could be that way too. Platinum's gonna be more features, more luxury, but also sportiness too. I'll tell you about that soon. Then we've got TRD Pro and the new Trail Hunter. That one's gonna be amazing, right? We saw that at the world premiere in that Everest green color. Pretty fascinating. We'll talk about colors soon too, but that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 could be pricing. Pricing's not available yet, but let's talk about it, because that could be that pricing elephant in the room. 2024 4Runner would go from about $40,700 with an SR5 all the way up to TRD Pro, which could be in the 55 range. Okay, so 40 to 55 on a 2024 4Runner. Let's extrapolate and take a little bit of information off of 24 redesigned Tacoma. Not the same, but it could be similar. If you get an iForce with the Tacoma, that'll start with an SR at 31 and go all the way up to 52. If you get the iForce Max, that goes from 46 at the TRD Sport all the way up to 63 with the TRD Pro. So think about that one. The 2024 4Runner TRD Pro is 55 plus delivery. The Tacoma is 63 plus delivery. So think about that. I don't know how it's going to change yet because pricing's not available. That'll be closer toward the end of the year. I'm sure I'll figure that out in the next coming months, things like that. But will pricing be a concern to you, or you think we're good? Speaking of pricing, reason number 4, where will 4Runner fit in your hierarchy of SUVs compared to, say, a Land Cruiser? Because we have two vehicles that are going to be similar, but the Land Cruiser could be confused as far as where it's placed in your mind, in your budget. 4Runner versus Land Cruiser against 4Runner. Where will they go? And with the 2024 Land Cruiser, that could go anywhere from 55.9 to like 71-ish type range. So it's really going to depend. I don't see 4Runner going that high, so 4Runner is probably going to go down this a ways. It'll start lower and it won't quite make it as high. So maybe this will be Land Cruiser, this will be 4Runner. So there's going to be a place for both of them. It's just a matter of which one you want. But I don't think that's going to be as much of a concern as a lot of people were saying when they first thought about the two together. What do you guys think? Reason number 5 involves philosophical styling choices. This is a 2024 SR5. You can see this one right here. It's tough. It's traditional. It's classic. People know what they're getting with the 4Runner. So this could be something right here where maybe the styling choices on the 2025 weren't what you were hoping for. Maybe it went one way or the other. It's not sporty. It is sporty. It's not luxury enough. It's too luxury. It's just a different philosophical change. It's very modern, very awesome, I think. And when we compare it to 2025 4Runner, I just absolutely love the new styling, and I hope you do too, but I'm sure some of you will wish that it had changed. And with a new model that comes out, you may just want to take a little bit of time to let it soak in. Like, this is very different from what you're used to. Not your grandma's 4Runner, right? It's not. You want to let it sink in. Just think about if you like it, first impression, and get used to it, because I think it'll grow on you, and I think you're really going to like it. It's so modern. It's so stylish. It's so, I don't know, with the times. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of these styling choices for 2025, or would you rather stick with a previous generation? Which gen is your favorite? Next reason, you might not be a fan of the exclusive TRD Pro color for 2025. It was first shown mudbath in the new 4Runner, and now we saw pictures this past week of Tacoma, Tundra, and Sequoia all in mudbath. Suspiciously enough, we didn't see Land Cruiser in that one, so I don't know if Land Cruiser will be the 5th Beetle. Will that one be on there too, or will it just stay with mudbath George, John, Paul, and Ringo? Hard to say. Me, I've always been lobbying for the past probably 4 or 5 years now. I want a black cherry colored one, like the old FJ Cruiser. I want to see black cherry as my TRD Pro color. I'd love to see maybe like a bright yellowish, like a solar yellow type thing. Or I don't even know, but what is your choice for TRD Pro color? And how do you like that mudbath? I really liked it when I saw it out in San Diego, kind of on the border of Mexico. It just looks so fitting being in those mountains, the hills with the dirt and the trails. It just seems so tough, and I liked it a lot. Where does it rank with you? Do you like that one or not a fan? The next one involves a trim level that we haven't seen yet. That would be the Platinum. That's brand new, so that'll be exciting. And will it take a little of the luster off of what was the highest luxury level, the Limited? Limited looks great. It's going to be decked out in chrome. I love the new redesign of it. I love it in Heritage Blue. Everything about it, the styling cues, the subtle chrome, it looked fantastic, I think, and I hope you liked it too. But the Platinum, that's kind of like the enigma, the mystery. We don't really know what it is, so it's a conundrum at this point. I'm just trying to use a lot of words of puzzles and confusion and mystery. But the Platinum's going to have features. Let's read off this. It's going to have black styling elements, so we've seen that in other trim levels, like the Tundra's going to have the Platinum. It'll be black styling cues, dark styling cues, so it'll probably have a darker interior. It's going to have heated second row. The tow tech package, which would be something like trailer backup guide and the straight path assist, so you can guide your boat easily or your camper easily into its spot. It'll have a head-up display and also automatic rain sensing wipers. Now that's what Toyota's press release said. I'm sure it'll have a lot more features too, including a 14-inch Toyota audio multimedia screen, but we don't know what that is. Will that take away some of the novelty and the prestige of a Limited? I don't know, you tell me. Got my notes again. We're talking more color schemes and color codes and all that kind of stuff. Will the color of the vehicle influence how you feel about the new 4Runner? Because we know 3 of the colors because they were at the world premiere. We've seen the mudbath that we just talked about. Everest green, one of my favorite new colors. That thing is hot, and we saw that in the Trail Hunter. I will assume that will be available on other trim levels, but I don't know that yet. It's not released. And then we saw Heritage Blue. That looks great on the Land Cruiser. It looks great on the 4Runner. So there's 3 of our color choices. In 2024, we had 9 different colors. So there was Ice Cap, 2 different white versions. We've got Ice Cap White, which is the dull flat paint, and then that bright pearlescent Wind Chill Pearl. There's a classic silver, the underground that you see here, actually Ice Cap's right there. Nautical Blue, that dark blue. Midnight Black, that's the one 3 doors down, like the band. Barcelona Red. Solar Octane, the bright orange, and then Terra. Looks beautiful with the fall colors. That was the TRD Pro color. For 2025, 3 announced ones, Everest, Heritage Blue, and Mudbath. I'm assuming that we're gonna also get Ice Cap. I'm guessing we'll probably see some form of gray. It could be underground again. There'll be some, it'll either be like on the Tacoma and the Land Cruiser, it's just called black. This is Midnight Black, so there'll be some form of the 2 white colors. I think there'll be Wind Chill Pearl again. That would make sense. And then I also think there's got to be some form of silver, but it might be heavy metal, which is a little bit darker silver. It's really cool looking. I just saw that in the 2025 Camry press vehicle that I'm driving around this week. Looks fantastic. That could be one. And then we might see a red. It wouldn't be Barcelona Red like 2024. I would think it would be the new Supersonic Red that's in all the Toyotas. That would make sense, or maybe a new one. I don't think so, but I don't know that. Now, I think Solar Octane, my hunch would be that would be disappearing based on the previous year's, precedent that we've set. I think that we'll probably see Terra on some trim levels maybe. That would make sense. I don't know if there'll be a blue color or not. Not sure, but I've got anywhere between 9 and 11 colors depending on how 4Runner decides to do that one. So, but either way, people will have opinions one way or the other on colors of vehicles because paint is big topic. Thanks guys so much for watching. What are your thoughts on the new 4Runner? I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite redesigns that Toyota's done. And Toyota's just doing a great job, I think, with styling lately in the past several years. Huge fan, but I gotta know what you think. Now, I gave my list of what I think people might not like in some situations. A lot of reasons of what people will like. There's so much new technology, safety, features. Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. All new Toyota audio multimedia system, so the interior is completely redone. It looks so modern. It looks very Tacoma-like, but I think that's a good thing because that was something I needed to have changed in my mind. Tacoma styling inside and 4Runner styling inside. I think 4Runner did a fantastic job of it. You'll love the new multimedia screens. There'll be new 12.3-inch multi-information or digital gauge clusters there. So much more information, drive modes, off-roading tools, resources, and all those trim levels to choose from. There's really a 4Runner for everybody. I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys do too. But I gotta know, leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. I'm at AutoJeff Reviews, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. But my second channel is Toyota Jeff Reviews. That's where you'll see a lot of my 4Runner content from 2025 from the world premiere. And I think I have over 150 videos now just on 4Runner on Toyota Jeff. So if you like 4Runner, click that playlist for 4Runner for Toyota Jeff. And thanks for hitting subscribe to my AutoJeff YouTube and TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Peace. Remember to click the suggested videos. You can go to 4Runner's playlist on Toyota Jeff Reviews, or you can click the Toyota playlist and see the content that I've got there. Thanks guys so much, and I'll see you soon.